It's Coach Chris, Capital Fitness. I have an extremely important message today. It's our why, it's our purpose, and it's simply to educate people about health and fitness, get people moving, end obesity while contributing to our community. Now I know that's a big charge, so let's go. Obesity is an epidemic right now. New studies show, the latest studies show that 80% of Americans are now overweight or obese. 80%. They're also showing, CDC shows that 75% of our healthcare workers are overweight and 9 out of 10 have at least one underlying condition. Over 630,000 people perished from heart disease this past year, yet no one talks about this sad, staggering fact. Right? We're ignoring the elephant in the room here. Everyone's so concerned about acute sickness, but don't pay attention to chronic illness like obesity. Now let's just think logically here. If you have chronic illness, you're gonna be more susceptible to acute sicknesses, all right? You have to take care of your bodies. You think about hospitals being overwhelmed. You think they're overwhelmed with athletes, people who eat real food, people who jog, exercise on a regular basis? The answer is no. I'd like you to do me a favor. The next time you're at your local convenience store or grocery store, I want you to look around you. What are people buying? Because I tell you what I noticed, 2 liters of soda, candy bars, big gulp sodas, sugar, candy. I can't be the only one discouraged by this. I was at a local convenience store recently and they had a big cart at the checkout line full of devil dogs and funny bones. It was crazy. People were taking them right before they were leaving and they almost wiped out the whole cart. I mean, what message are we sending our society that this is okay? You know, at another store, there was a young girl, 4 years old maybe. She was overweight and she had a large slush puppy in her hand. I mean, this is not all right. What message are we sending our youth that this is okay? You know, as I sit there and I'm like, how can I get people moving? How can I educate people? And the fact is we have to take control of our minds back. And this is not easier said than done. I believe you, me, and everyone is in a deep battle, a very hard battle over control of our minds. Let me explain. There's a connection called the blood-brain barrier. And the blood-brain barrier is a very protected area of your brain. You know, your blood-brain barrier only lets certain nutrients or drugs into the brain. It's a very high protected site, but there's something that has an easy pass. It drives right in. Can you guess what it is? It's sugar, right? Sugar has rampant access to your brain. You feel sugar instantly when you have something sweet, don't you? Cookies, candy bars, energy drinks, whatever. You feel that sugar instantly. The sugar hurts the blood-brain barrier. That is something you do not want to harm. You need your brain. So, what am I saying? Just keep sugar as a treat when you go with your friends or your family and keep the damn devil dogs out the house.
The reason we battle over control of our minds is the media, or the news, as they call it. And let's be honest with one another, the news is not really the news anymore. These companies have shareholders, and this is big business. The news organizations, and I use that term lightly, have figured out the more fear they put in us, the more we watch. Why do we do that? Because the reptilian part of our brain, it's called the amygdala. We've talked about this before. This is our fight or flight response. Its job is to protect us. It's the oldest part of our brain. So the media, we watch the news because we think it's important, especially if it concerns the safety of your life. But let's be honest, if the news really cared about us, they tell you the first major risk factor of death of COVID is obesity. The second is fear and anxiety, something they perpetuate all day and night, 24 hours a day. So if you ask me, they're literally killing people. I know that's strong, but do me a favor and consider this. Turn off the television. I don't know one person in my life who sits down, watches the news, gets up and says, I feel really good about my life right now.
My mind is blown right now, but I want you to do 3 things for me, please. First, get moving. Eat real food. And 3, take back control of your mind. I want to talk about contribution a little bit. Capital Fitness opened its doors in 2018. We didn't know what to expect here. Out of 100 gyms in the first 3 years, 96 do not make it. It's almost arrogant to believe that I could, but I would have done whatever it took to make my dreams come alive. On September 15th, 2018, we opened the doors. I made a speech in front of everyone who came that day. And I said this wasn't going to be an ordinary gym. Capital Fitness was going to be about kindness. It was going to be about discipline. It was going to get people moving. It was going to be about contribution. I said this in front of my family, my friends, everyone I loved. And I'm telling you right now, we delivered. We delivered on that promise. Capital Fitness, since it's been open, has contributed to American Heart Association, Toys for Tots, every Christmas list for kids in need, Like last Christmas, we got this kid a sick bike, all the bells and whistles, and I heard he was beyond joyed when he woke up that Christmas morning. Thanksgiving, we get canned foods from our local food pantries. Last November, we did a turkey trot. We raised over $4,000 for our local food pantries. That's amazing. After that, sadly, one of our members passed from cancer, and we put a fundraiser together. We raised over $2,400 for her family. They were very grateful. Another instance of our member who tragically lost her husband in an accident, we immediately put a fundraiser together. We raised over $1,800 for her. She was grateful, and her spirit came alive. It was an amazing thing to see. You're just helping your community. A couple of our members that run an organization called Coffee Kids. This organization helps unprivileged kids get the support they need for sports and the dreams they want to follow. We raised over $2,400 for them just recently. And then a couple of weeks ago, we got school supplies for kids with special needs, and they were extremely grateful. So I don't tell all you guys this to impress you, but to impress upon you what we're about. We're about getting people moving. We're about ending obesity. We're about contribution. I'm telling you all this today because I want your support. I want you to come to Capital Fitness. We're located at 2 Commerce Way, Carver. We have a great gym here. This is a call to action to get your ass moving. You and your family, your loved ones, it's very important. And I apologize ahead of time. Capital Fitness won't give you any bagels or pizza on Friday, but we will give you great workouts. We will give you results. We will give you a sense of community, a sense of belonging. And I want to end this video by saying, I think we have 2 voices in us. Don't think I'm crazy here, right? We have the voice in our mind. Our mind's very important. It's a great tool, but it wants to protect us. It wants to keep us in the bed with the warm cookies and pillows and rainbows. But then we have another voice, I think. It comes from the heart. It's your spirit, right? And you want to do more. You want your life to have meaning. You want to get your body strong. We all have that voice. What is that voice telling you? I believe the voice in your heart, it's everything. And if you start listening to the voice in your heart, and I've been doing it more and more every day, I find that you can trust it. And I know you can too. This is Coach Chris. If you still want to help us, look us up on our channels, Capital Fitness Inc., Facebook, YouTube, at Capitalfitness on Instagram, and Christopher Capilli on LinkedIn. Those are our channels. Help us end obesity, get people moving. I love you guys. Let's go, let's go.